All right. So we're gonna talk about this Katt Williams, what Katt Williams got going on the internet, right? Yeah. So, and I always said something about telling the truth. Now look, this is Raw's uncut, hands is ashy and shit, you know. So I always said that people don't like the truth, and it's actually being shown now. Now, do we know? Was we there? We wasn't there. Is it a convincing argument? All the stuff that Katt Williams is actually saying and stuff, very convincing. And this is how social media works. Why this is getting so much traction is because of the individuals he's talking about. You talking about all the comedians, from Rickey, Smiley to all the way, even though he's not a comedian, up to P. Diddy, right? So it's just funny. People laughing. He's talking about people stealing people's jokes. He's talking about how a lot of these cats. You know what we say. We say over in the comment section. A lot of these cats is actually rainbow. He actually talked about how he turned down money. Now, nobody really wants to depend on nobody, right? Everybody wants to be able to get it on their own and say they was the ones that actually got it. They was the ones who done it. They didn't need no outside help. You know, that's the same. You know, people be like coming up. I didn't get no handouts. Nobody gave me this, nobody gave me that. Because when you dealing with the industry, right? When you're dealing with the industry, a lot of strange things happen. A lot of people are put in positions because of their acting, or yes, because somebody may have taken a liking to their previous work, and they want to put them in this role, that role. But there's also stuff that they don't tell you. There's also stuff that you will never hear about unless you're actually a part of that. And I think what Katt was doing, Katt was just basically bringing it full circle. Now, I'm not saying everything he said was of truth. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying everything he said was a lie, right? But what I am saying is that you can tell when somebody's creating a narrative. You can tell when somebody's creating a false story. And I can guarantee you this, without me being a part of any of those situations, without me actually physically being there, I can tell you 90% of what that man said was of truth. Because if you notice something, he kept wanting to establish, okay, see, here's the thing, and I'm gonna throw Charleston White in here too, because I know a lot of people was like Charleston White and Katt Williams need to get a podcast or need to do a show, right? When you're dealing with people like Charleston White and Katt Williams, and then once you basically allow them to be able to speak the truth without any repercussions on your platform, this is what you get. Now, he told what people didn't want him to tell. He said some things that people are not going to say, right? And the reason why he did that is because he feels as if I didn't take the same route as these cats. You know, he's I've turned down money. I've turned this down. I haven't done this. I haven't done that. You know, he spoke on Martin Lawrence. He said, talking about how Martin was like, okay, well, when I get finished doing all of this, you know, because Martin had an episode, y'all. I don't know if y'all remember this. Martin had a breakdown to where they call him on the LA freeway. He was, he was off his meds. You know what I'm saying? And then he said, once he get better, like Katt said, he said, I promise you, you're gonna be in my movie. Katt was like, yeah, no problem, got you. But then Katt said what we all been saying about these new niggas, and it goes back to rap niggas too, from Young Thug to all these motherfuckers, that they put him in a dress. He wanted to wear a dress. Y'all talked about NBA YoungBoy also. He was when he came up out of jail painting his nails. He was, I don't know if he's in the skirt or not, but they say he painted his nails. But he didn't talk about NBA YoungBoy, but you saw it on the internet. But he was like, the role that Martin wanted me to play was a woman in a dress. And like he said, you've already played that role. We can go be tow truck drivers, or we can be garbage truck workers. Why are you persistent on me being in Big Mama? Anybody who don't know what I'm talking about, it's called Big Mama's house. I guess there's like a 1, 2, and 3. So a Martin basically dresses up as an older black woman in a dress. And Katt's like, why the fuck? Why would he want me in a dress? Why would he want me this? Why would he want that? You know what I'm saying? So now, a lot of the stuff, the Steve Harveys and all that stuff, it is kind of odd. It is kind of strange how Steve Harvey did have the perfect fro. Then all of a sudden, Steve Harvey got the perfect bald head. How you go from having a perfect fro and all that stuff to having a perfect bald head? I mean, things happen. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like people, and I've been sitting back and I've been watching a lot of people respond to what he's actually saying on the internet. I heard a lot of people talking about he just did that for publicity. He just did that possibly to put to bring spotlight back to the comedic scene. See, that's the con. I mean, that's the pro and from the con. You see what I'm saying? Now, we don't know if it was a strategic business plan to go up here and say all this stuff, because at the end of the day, what you do got to realize is this. Katt Williams is still a comedian. You know what I'm saying? So he could have went up there and said anything, this, that. Katt Williams is still a comedian. Because even though he said everything he said, right, whether it's true or whatever, what that have you doing? As you scrolling through, as you going to Club Shay Shay, watching them videos, all that stuff he was saying, that shit had you what? Laughing. Had you laughing, had you laughing so hard that you're crying. Yeah. See, he's still a comedian. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people's not picking up on that also. But I will say this. He did something that needed to be done. Like I said, 90% of what that man says probably isn't true. There's probably a slight 10% that me personally, it's probably a slight 10% just because I know how people are. And it was so many people involved, so many of this, so many of that. So, you know, you bound to tell a half-truth somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, but me personally, I feel as if that was done for a reason. I feel as if the truth need to be told. Like, if this person's stealing rhymes, stealing this, stealing that, because it even happens in the music industry. People steal people's beats all the time. People ghostwrite, don't pay a person. Oh, just how the comedic scene is. Okay, well, I'm gonna go down to this people may send a PR team down to a local comedy club, and they may just sit in there, enjoy themselves. But the PR team's not necessarily there just to have a good time. They're there to see what type of amateurs that nobody know about. They're there to listen to their jokes. Why? So that this particular person who's up here, they can take that joke, rewrite it how they want to write it, and bam, they got a good joke. That does happen too. Me personally, I don't feel like, and people can't come at Shannon Sharp for none of this. So, because Shannon Sharp was purely an interviewer. It's not DJ Vlad. Shannon Sharp was on some art of dialogue type stuff. Now, if you know what the art of dialogue is, then you know. If you don't know, search the art of dialogue. You will see a bunch of interviews. And you'll see how he asks a question and he lets the person talk. He doesn't interrupt them. He doesn't cut them off. He doesn't do anything like that. Say Cheese is good for that also. Say Cheese and let a person get on there and talk, right? So, me personally, my take on everything is, I'm glad Katt did what he did. Why? Because people need to see people as people, man. What he did, he just made everybody see people as people. You know how you grow up and you watch, let's say Denzel. We ain't dissing Denzel, though. You grow up and you watch Denzel, you idolizing Denzel's work, Training Day. You idolizing all of this, right? Oh, man. You may go see the new movie in the theaters of Denzel, so you idolize this nigga Denzel. Or what he did, he just made those people be regular people. He made those people, okay, well, yeah, they lie. They scam too. they cheat, they'll steal your material and not tell you they stole your material. What he did, he just humanized those people for everybody. Now, I don't know how deep your brain go. I don't know if you have any depth in your mind to understand what I'm about to tell you, but he took the stars of people idol and made them regular just like you and me. He made them not so special. Yeah, we see him in the $1 Million crib. We see him the big boy suits, Rollies cars. But what he did was he made you look like, no, just because they do this, they're still regular. They still go to the bathroom and shit like everybody else. They still go to the bathroom and use the last little 4 blocks on a toilet paper roll and shit and get doo-doo on their finger like everybody else, man. They ain't no better than you. That's what he did, man. So, I'm not going to sit up here and praise Katt. I'm not going to sit up here and be like, okay, I respect Katt for doing that. I'm not going to do none of that. Why? Because I don't have to. But what I will say, or I will do before I end this is, it's much deeper than what y'all think, man. Way much deeper than what y'all think. Just know that a lot of people who made it had help on the way, help along the way. People just think about it. It's very rare that somebody just comes up out of nowhere. You know, think about it. The social media era is different because we know if you got a good video, you post it, bam, you're on. But it's just rare that people just come up out of left field and bam, here you go. How did he get here? How did this person get here without nobody knowing about him? Yes, people grind from the bottom. I'm not saying people haven't. I'm not saying that none of these people he said anything about didn't test their talents somewhere at first. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that he said some things and some truths that people didn't want people to know about. See, and you see how everybody's getting defensive. You see how people get defensive about the truth. You know what I'm saying? People get Ludacris responding with a song. Now, that's his way of whatever, but Ludacris responded to it with a diss song. It's basically with, and I'm gonna say this, right? And I'm gonna leave it at this. For the people who research Tupac, right? For the people, even if you're 16, 17, 18, 19, but you've done all your extensive research on Tupac, from when he first started rapping, from when he was with Death Row and he got killed and shot in Vegas, and then all the songs and stuff released afterwards. If you watch all the documentaries, I ain't saying read all the police reports thoroughly, but if you follow that thoroughly, you'll notice he was with Death Row, right? You'll notice he was very outspoken, right? You notice he was going to say what's on his mind. You will notice that a lot of the truths that he was saying, behind the scenes, people didn't like. Now, I'm not saying those truths was the reason why he got smoked, because like I said, they still trying to hash out what actually happened when we actually know that people know the whole situation and they're still alive. We do know that. But I say this to say that I don't think y'all remember when Katt Williams signed with Death Row. I don't think y'all remember that. So if you don't remember that, make sure you Google, make sure you YouTube the years that Katt Williams signed to Death Row. Because he signed to Death Row. Because Death Row was signing Death Row was branching off and signing like comedic acts. They just weren't signing artists anymore. They were signing comedic acts. So basically what I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to compare Katt Williams' body of work to Pac's body of work. No. But what I will compare is the fact of him exposing and telling the truth of a lot of stuff that nobody to talk about. Like I said, he exposed a lot in the hush hush society. He did do that. So, but I'm gonna leave it at that. Now, what's your opinion? Leave your comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. Yeah. He ruffled a lot of feathers, brought a lot of attention. And remember, man, social media negativity gets the most hits on social media. Just keep that in your mind.